Welcome. I am going to have an alocasia care day. I have some upsizes to do. We're going to be doing some flushing. I have a new product that I'm just testing out, and we're going to be digging for corms. I started a little bit last night. I did some flushing and digging for corms. I got through, I think, 2 or 3 alocasia. My goal is to get through all of them, but I'm not going to show all of them for this video. I figured I would include a little bit of what I'm doing, and then I'm going to be like repeating this process for all of them. I'm filming a few videos for this weekend, so it's a little bit of a chaotic mess right now. I'm going to be doing some pole chops, cleaning, rearranging. I am going to film a plant update after I get done. I have a lot to do, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I brought the first plant out, which is my Alocasia Cuprea. And this is actually a corm that I grew from her. They're both in water. This one has about 4 leaves, and this one has 4 leaves. This is the newest one. They've been in water for a really long time. Look at that. You can't even see the roots in here anymore because there's so much algae. So we are putting her into pond. My Alocasia Cuprea has had a bit of a long journey with me. So I got her as a pretty established plant in soil. And then when we moved here, she shocked and she was down to 1 leaf. I rehabbed her back and she grew to be like a pretty decent size in soil. And then she went downhill again. She had that weird fungal thing with all my other alocasias. She was down to 1 leaf, so I stuck her in water and she's been in water ever since. I've sold several of her corms and babies, and this is one of her babies that I meant to like get out of here and pot up and stuff with her, but yeah, like I said, I just kept putting this one off. I don't know why. So yeah, we're gonna get her moved to pond. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do them together in a 7-inch. They're probably gonna be a little squished in there both together, but that's okay. They'll stay in there for now. I'm gonna take these to the sink and wash them as well because the leaves are pretty dusty and dirty. I know you probably can't tell, but this one has some crisping on that one. And clearly this thing has been a little neglected in here, so I'm excited to get her potted up. She might actually have more corms, although I might have taken them all off because I rinsed her not too long ago. She has a couple that are forming, but I'm gonna leave that on. There's like a little one right there. Oh, right in there. Oh no, this leaf is getting ready to come off. It just came off. Oh well, she must be getting ready to shed that one. She's getting ready to give me another leaf though, this one here. I love the Cuprea leaves. I love the sheen. Can you guys see the purple? Isn't that pretty? Mine is technically called a Red Secret. I don't know if there's different varieties, but they have like this very maroon colored back, and the sheen is very pretty. Reminds me of like an alien. I love Cuprea. She's gonna look so good potted up. Look at all the algae. I clearly have not rinsed this one in a very long time. Ugh, that's so gross. This is what's left of the root system. A lot of the roots shed, but look how long some of those are. So I want to show you the base here. So do you see how long this is? And the last set of roots are coming from like here up. We actually don't need this long base at all. And we can propagate this and make a whole new plant. Something like I did with my Michelitziana. I could always just maybe sell this bottom cutting once it sprouts. But what you can do, I don't want to plant this in my pot with it so long. We don't need like this entire chunk. A lot of those roots are shedding. I can cut pretty much anywhere. I don't even have to have any roots and this thing will root and pawn. I did it recently with my Regal shields. I did that one off camera and it's in pawn and it's rooting now. And as soon as I stuck it in pawn, it's grown a couple new leaves. So I can pretty much chop this anywhere. So I'm just gonna kind of go in half here and yeah, just slice this thing basically. Looks like a beet or something. So yeah, this is our bottom section that will sprout some new leaves and then it's going to prompt some new growth points to form. So you're going to have some new leaves and stuff to come in some time. So you can plant this directly into pond like this. You could put this into stratum, water, anything that you choose. And so with the base here, we still have a ton of roots. And even if we didn't have all these, like it's fine. We honestly can cut some of these away. We don't need these to be super long. I'm gonna cut some of these. Now she might stress a little bit just because I did mess with her quite a bit and chop some of those and everything. So even if she sheds a leaf or two, like she'll be fine. I feel like this leaf is getting ready to come off here. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one off. This is getting ready to shed. I think because she's been so neglected. All right, so that's our new base. I could actually cut away a little bit more. Should I cut away more? That's kind of long still. I can make 2 sections if I wanted. I'm gonna cut away some more. So now we have a second stump that we can prop. And you can see these new roots that are forming up here too. I might rinse this through one more time and then we'll pot up our 2 sections. I have pon here. Now this here is some lechuza mixed with my first DIY that I made. It has the smaller pumice stones, so I mixed it with lechuza so I could have some of those bigger pumice stones. I'm gonna use this until it's gone, and I have one more big container of the small DIY stones that I did because I made so much of it at first. I didn't realize the pumice was so small. So I'm just gonna mix it until I go through the rest of it. And then I'll have some more lechuza left over. And then, yeah, I'll be making my DIY mix as well. This is a 7-inch here. Okay, we have our 2 sections. And I think I'm just gonna plant her together. Let's see which way we wanna put her. I think we'll do, oh gosh. Yeah, this looks good. So we have a big root system already. Kind of plop her down in there. I have a feeling this one's probably going to need a 10-inch in in some time here because, yeah, she's pretty rooted already. Trying to get them down far enough as to where these roots that are just now forming can be into the pond. Might have filled this up a little too full. She's looking good. I really miss this plant. Well, not that I've like, it's disappeared, but I've missed like, I don't know. The issue I'm having is all my alocasias are getting tall, like the stems, and I just don't have any room to put them anywhere. So many of mine are getting burnt because they keep hitting the grow lights. So I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe taking away some of those grow lights on that one shelf. They're not going to be getting as much light, but at least I can put the alocasias there without them burning, if that makes sense. She's not super floppy. I've been adding some stakes in here to like tie the stems up a little bit. So I actually might do that with these two. I might go get a couple stakes and add them in here. So these are the stakes. They're just acrylic. These are very thin and flimsy. You can buy thicker ones and you can buy them different heights. You can do 12 inches, 10 inches, 18 inches. Yeah, I just get these off Amazon. And then we're gonna do purple butterfly clips since she has purple tones to her. So we're gonna stick one of these down in here. These ones aren't super tall, but then once you have your stake in here, you can just clip your vine to it and it helps kind of lift them up. Like these are heavy leaves though. I need to get some thicker acrylic stakes. So you have one growth point and another one here. Oh, she looks so cute now. Look at her. Especially this huge leaf here. And I did pre-rinse this pond the other day, or the other week. It's not lifting up very much, but she's got a little bit of water in here. I'm not gonna overfill. Well, these roots are used to water since they've been in water, so even if I did overfill, it should be fine. I'm not too worried about the alocasia taking up water too quickly because, yeah, like these have been living in water for the past several months. She's all done. I love her. I can't wait until she starts producing more corms. Cuprea is one of my favorite alocasias to grow, like to prop, because the little leaves are the absolute cutest. She's got the 2 growth points like right there, so I'll be getting new leaves soon. I have a feeling she is going to love a semi-hydro. Yay, one down. And for the little chunks here, what I'm gonna do is, I was gonna do stratum, but I think I'll go ahead and do pond. I'm just gonna put them in a cup of pond. I cut away most of the root system because it's gonna grow in some new roots. So this is the top here. And this is like the middle section. So that's the bottom and that was the top. So what we're gonna do is kind of plant this down like that. So that one like so, and then same thing with this guy. Now these will be a more mature alocasia once they sprout, but I'm not gonna keep these. But they'll do fine here. Well, I'll probably end up putting these in the other room as like a propagation, and then I'll just keep an eye on them. Probably fill them about 3/4 full of water. So there's our little Perrot babies. I wanted to show you the 3 alocasia that I did last night. I rinsed them, I flushed them. The only thing I have to do is like rinse and add water in the reservoir. I haven't done that yet. But this is the Watsonia. No. Do you know what I did? Because I can never pronounce the name of this alocasia. I had to do a voice message. Watsoniana. Watsoniana. This is the white veins, and this is the newest leaf. Isn't she pretty? She's still very fresh, like she's still hardening, but she's beautiful. And then I have this one here, and this was the original leaf as well over here. I put this into pot a while ago, and she has taken a long time to actually grow for me and sprout this new leaf. I had her currently in the red stub, but I had to move her out just like a week ago. I just have her sitting in my plant room just in a spot where I can find room because she's too tall for that. And I didn't actually check her for corms, but I actually see there's a growth point down here, which is a corm under the soil. I just didn't want to disturb this one because, yeah, it just took me a while to get a new leaf, so she seems like content, so I didn't want to mess with that. And this one here is the Watsoniana. This one is the dark form, and look, I burned her. There's a burn mark there and there from the grow lights. I was so sad about that. But you can see how long her petioles are. I've noticed these guys really stretch and turn to face the grow lights, because I would have her on my shelf like this, and these guys would move up and turn to the grow light like that, and that's how they got burnt. Because every time I saw her making her way like to the grow light, I would like reposition her again, but I guess I just missed it. And yeah, that's really sad, but that's okay though. I do have a new growth point here coming in. So this one I did flush with a new thing, and then I found a couple corms from her. I saw like a couple corms up top, so I'm like, okay, let me just check. And so I got 4 corms from that one. I'm gonna take care of these a bit later. I just have them sitting in a tiny thing of water. I did this last night. And then the other one that I did, I was going to upsize her, but I decided to hold off. I dumped her out of the pond. This is my Maharani, and look at all the corms. Look at all those corms. That is crazy. There's probably like 15 in here. And by the time I got all the corms away and flushed this, I've been washing the cache pots too. I've been really lazy lately, but I try and make it a habit to flush and wash the pots every 3 weeks. But I probably haven't washed these in a couple months. I've been really behind. Even with flushing, I haven't flushed in a while. And by the time I got her situated back in here, I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna sit her back in the same pot and let her root a bit more, because I think the corms were taking up a lot of space in here as well. But look how big my maharani is. And this one again, a couple of these top leaves got burnt and I didn't catch it in time, which makes me so sad. I was gonna separate her. She has like three corms in here that have sprouted, like my main plant, I guess, plus 2 additionals. But I love maharani. It would be a dream to get some of these plants like variegated. Variegated maharanis are beautiful, as well as I really do want a variegated Cuprea one day, but they're so expensive. I love variegated plants, but I also like the original OGs. I don't know, there's just something about the tone, the green-gray tone to this one that I really love. So let me show you what I bought that I just used. So I don't have any experience with this. I don't know if it's gonna hurt my plants or anything like that. I've never used it before. I was actually watching Taz's video. If you don't know who Taz is, she's from Otaku Plants. She has an Etsy shop and she makes YouTube videos. She's the one that gifted me the Pallidiflorum. I was watching her newest video with her mom. Her mom seems so cool. If you have not seen her mom's Alocasia collection, they filmed a video. Oh my gosh, her collection is insane, insane. But she mentioned them flushing with, I don't know if this is what they were talking about, but I think it is, because she mentioned the brand was Fox Farm. This is called Bush Doctor. It's supposed to help rinse out mineral salt buildup, which can relieve nutrient lockout. It contains non-plant food ingredients and 10% saponin? I don't know. I really don't know what that means, but yeah, it helps get rid of buildup that is like in the pond and the actual rocks. Normally I flush through with water, but they said that they were using this, so I wanted to give it a go and see how it works. I mixed a gallon up already. You can use this for in-ground garden in containers, hydroponic recirculating systems, as well as flushing. And so for flushing, you mix half a teaspoon per gallon of fresh water. It says to perform a complete system flush every 2 weeks. Cycle your system for 1 hour and change reservoir water. I don't really know how to use this, but I flushed these last night with the water and I was too tired. I went to bed and I'm like, you know what? I'll just rinse it through in the morning and add my nutrient solution back in here. So I just flushed it with that. I haven't done anything else. So I'm gonna flush it through with my nutrient water and fill it back up like normal, because I only did these 3 last night, but I just wanted to show you. So I'll do these 3 real quick, and then yeah, I'll probably tackle some more alocasias and I'll do some more stuff with you for this video. And my goal is to get through, yeah, like I said, this weekend, to get through them all, because I want to film an alocasia collection too, and I really want to take care of a lot of these alocasia before I film that. Because this is already rinsed, my pond, I'm just going to do this over my sink, but if you haven't rinsed your pond, don't do it over your sink. But I'm just going to rinse it through with my fertilizer regimen. And we're just going to look how clean this is. I washed them all out, not a speck of dirt. All right, that one is all done. It would be so nice to get through every plant, clean them, repot them if they need repotted, and everything. Like, I would feel so much better. There's so much plant care, you guys, that I have that's so long overdue. And I feel like a lot of the times I put stuff off because I always want to film, but then I always end up filming other things, or I just get behind and then I don't feel like doing it, and then like projects get really behind. I think that's part of the reason too why I kind of feel overwhelmed, because I feel like a lot of it has to do with my moss poles, because I just can't keep up with them anymore. And yeah, I'm looking at a pole that's very droopy because it was so thirsty last night. And I love my big leaf plants, but I just don't want them to get any bigger. Like, my Adansonii is a literal tree in my plant room, and I just don't know where to put it. It's been like a good phase in my plant journey. I feel like moss poles really made me feel like it made me like fall in love with plants even more and caring for them, but it's a lot of maintenance now, and I'm definitely slacked, and I have so many that are way overgrown still that need chopped, and by the time I take care of some and then the other ones grow and it's time to take care of them again, it's just like a continuous cycle. Yeah, I have like one plant that I want to do on a pole, and other than that, I don't think I'm doing any more poles. It's going to be a stake. Because trying to maintain the ones that I have, yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm gonna do her. I have 7 trays of Alocasia Corms growing. Those are just the seedling trays. After I do all my alocasias, I'm probably gonna add like 5 to 10 more trays. And then I'm gonna be farming Alocasia. I'm gonna be selling a lot of Alocasia. She's beautiful. I am back. I was on my site doing the sale or whatever and responding back to some people. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on more Alocasia. This is my Platinum Herbisma. This thing has gotten huge. I love the leaves on this one. It's all the way dry. It is very bone dry. I've just been really behind on watering and everything. I normally don't let my pond go dry like this. I'm gonna dump her out and dig for corms. That's what I've kind of been doing. She's been in this pond for a while, so I'm gonna flush it through with that new stuff I bought. Let it sit for like an hour, and then I'll like rinse it through with my fertilizer regimen. But I haven't dug for corms on her, and I would love to grow some little babies of her to sell. So let's see how many she has. Oh yeah, she dry. Oh yeah, she dry. Whoops. I'm not gonna disturb these guys too much. I just wanna like kind of dump this top layer and see if there's any corms I can pull off. I don't think she's given me any corms yet that I've noticed. She might not be mature enough to actually have any. She might have like a couple at the base. Like I see something here, but nothing I can really detach. I'm kind of surprised, actually. So we're just gonna sit her back in here. Okay, I'm gonna wash this out with soap and water. That's just all the dust, and just to clean like any crap that's in there. I just like my reservoirs clean, and then yeah, we'll flush her through with that new stuff. I have the mix in here, the Bush Doctor. I think I added a little too much though, whoops. but that's okay. I think it'll be fine if it's a little bit strong. So I'm just gonna run this through here. I'm gonna kind of let this sit for like an hour. I have another one that I did too, and then I'll just like flush it through with my fertilizer. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but it just says, I don't know what it means by cycle your system for 1 hour and change reservoir water for flush. I don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna let it sit in here. And then I think these are a little droopy because she was all dry. So I'm gonna just probably stake these leaves up a little bit so it looks like that. And yeah, I'm just gonna run some water on the leaves. If you hear a cat and a star, she's playing with her wiggly worm toy. She's obsessed with it. So let's see, I'm gonna do a couple more, probably off camera. And then I'm trying to think, the Alocasia Jacqueline I wanna do, I'll do that one with you. I was thinking I may need to upsize her. She's getting big. And I haven't checked for corms on her. So I think that'll be a good one to check because I would love to grow a little baby corms. Look at her, isn't she crazy? She's got 1 leaf, 2 leaf, and 3 leaf. She's huge. I just realized that the vine here, is it focusing? It's like, it's not fuzzy, but it has like a cool feel to it. Like, look how thick this is. I got some of these cheap stem supports. I can only use 3 slots because she only has 3 leaves. It'll help keep them more together. So these are just like cheap, I can tell. But we'll see how they do. I don't think she's super rooted in here. Ugh. I'm not sure I want to disturb her, honestly. She's very picky. I would love to see if she has a couple little corms though. Yeah, it was earlier this year that she was down to 1 leaf and was turning yellow. I have her on the top shelf in my plant room, but I have a feeling she's already hitting the light. I'm surprised she honestly hasn't gotten burnt yet. I'm going to, ooh, let me do her this way. Slightly dump some of this. Ooh, I see a couple corms on top. I just wanted to get a couple off of her. Ooh, they're like a bright color. Oh, so cool. It almost looks like Cuprea corms. That's what they look like. I got a second one. Oh, these are gonna be so fun to grow out. I got a third one. Those are some thick roots. Look at that. Like, oh gosh, she's hitting the light. Do you see that on top? Look how thick those are. Whoa. I have a feeling if I took her out of here, I'd probably find a bunch more. She seems like she has a lot in here, but I really don't want to dump her out. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I've disturbed her enough. You guys can't even really see. I just kind of uncovered this top layer. She kind of had some dried roots on top. Probably just from drying out. I'm just peeling those away. She has a lot of roots that are just on the surface. No wonder they dry out. Yeah, I don't really see any roots coming out of the bottom on her. So yeah, I think she's good to stay in here a bit. Maybe next time I check for corms, I'll dump her all the way out. So it's been a while since I flushed her. So what I'm gonna do is flush any extra nutrient buildup with that same stuff. And then this looks pretty grody in here. I think she was probably put in when I didn't rinse. Usually my pond reservoirs, if they still look like this, yeah, I've been really slacking on rinsing. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little corm babies that we found right here. Whoops, I just remembered this one's pretty dusty, so I'm not going to flush over my sink. I need a container. Whoops. Running out of room. Okay, let's flush over this. Yeah, look at all that crap. Oh. Whoa. These large girls are no joke. These large plants. Okay, that is her. She's been kind of flushed through, so I'm gonna let her sit for a little bit and then we'll flush again and just add our nutrient solution. I wanna go ahead and do this one next. This one is in a different type of self-watering. This one uses a wick and it's gotten pretty gross, so I actually think I wanna change the wick out. You see how kind of gross it is? And it has a long root that's escaped. So I think I'll dump her out and change the wick and clean this. I feel like this one gets dirty really quickly and I love the pot. I actually just ordered a couple. I think there was a set of this size and a bigger size on Amazon. I ordered a set just to have because I really like this. I hate that this gets so gross and you can see that. But I think the pots are really cute. And this one is the mint. Did I say it was a mint poly? But look at the leaves. That's the newest one. Isn't that kind of cool? This one here was really pretty too. This was the one before. Those tones are so interesting. And then this was the one before that, which was all green. And some of these little ones are the original leaves down here. Look how tiny that one is still hanging on. And I like the back side. Look at the tone on that. Isn't that so cool? I don't know if this one would be mature enough for corms, but I think I want to go ahead and check. So yeah, let's dump her out, change this wick, and clean her up. That looks so gross. And I just clean with dish soap. I think Luna's still outside. I'm gonna have to bring her in. As soon as it starts getting dark, I don't like them outside anymore because I'm worried about bugs. There was a huge creepy crawly out there the other day. It was some weird centipede bug thing. And there was, I call them cockroaches, but a lot of people call them palmetto bugs. There was a huge one out there. Was it last week? My husband was out there watching TV at night. We have like lights that you plug in out there that is around the top, like string lights, and he was watching TV and he saw it climbing on the wall. I wasn't out there with him. I was in here doing plant chores, and he knocked on the glass and he told me to come over, and I saw it and I screamed. That's all shiny and new. Let's see. She'll play with that toy the rest of the night. She's already destroyed it. Oh, I got the long root up. I don't think this one has been in here a super long time. No corms yet. There's one or two or a few. Actually, there's a few starting. They're just really small. They're like all right there. Do you see those white little bulbs? They're just not ready to take off yet. They're too small, so we're not going to disturb her. That's gonna go in the trash. We're gonna change that. And then since I have this empty, I'm just gonna go ahead and wash this really quick. I'm not that experienced with wicks, but I know you're supposed to put it up like halfway, I think. Hi, Loon. I guess as long as you have it up like halfway in there, it should be fine. I think the pond should keep it in place. I'm gonna plop her right back in here because she seems happy. And I'm just gonna fill back up. And we'll do the flush with her too. I feel like for my pond, I don't really mess with them, honestly. Like once they're in here, I keep them in here and I don't disturb them. Same with a lot of my plants in soil. I usually wait until they're like severely root bound and then I mess with them. But it's actually nice, like taking care of these, because then I know like they'll be good for a while. right, that is that one all done. She's really cute. I wasn't sure how I feel about this alocasia when it was like this small, you know, and I wasn't sure how the leaves and stuff were gonna be. And then when it gave me this leaf, I was like a little sad. But now that I've gotten these two like really beautiful leaves, I really like this one. It's cute. The plug when I got this was so tiny, you guys, so little. She's cute though. All right, I think since my food is almost done, I think what I'm gonna do is do some more alocasia stuff off camera, just like the same process. I'm gonna try and get through all of my alocasia tonight. Yeah, stay tuned because I'm filming a alocasia collection video. That's gonna be really fun to film. I'm looking forward to it and just having all my alocasia together. And then, yeah, I'll probably pop back on when I do the corms with you, but it might not be till tomorrow, but I do want to show you like the corm farm that I have going on with all those trays in that room, and then all the corms that I'm going to do. That's going to take me hours to sit down and peel them and get them all in there. And then, yeah, I've started to label them again because I've been doing I have 2 trays of random corms and I have no idea what they are. Some of them sprouted like tiny little white leaves, and it's not my Frydek, and I don't know what it is. So until they grow more, I won't be able to figure it out. I'm wondering if any came from her, but it's been so small that there wasn't any corms from her yet. So I don't know, maybe I took off tiny ones that eventually sprouted. I'm very intrigued what they are. So yeah, if I don't pop back on later tonight and show you the corms, I'll show you them tomorrow. And I'll kind of give you an overview of the alocasia. I have them all sitting on the dining room table right now. Let me show you. Can you see them all down there? They are all on that table. As I do them, I'm just bringing them out. I honestly would love to organize all my alocasia together. I know it's going to be impossible, but it'd be nice to have like an alocasia shelf. All right, so I will talk to you guys here again very soon. Welcome back to Alocasia Day. I didn't finish up when I was last filming, so it is now a couple days later and I'm going to finish up. I have one more alocasia that I want to do with you all, and I just planted 2 things of corms. It's probably taken me like an hour and a half. I have this full tray here of corms. Look at all those. These are a little crowded, so I'm gonna have to separate these because that alocasia that I have left to do with you guys really needs an upsize, and I think I'm probably gonna get a lot of corms. So I'm probably gonna make one more tray and then separate this row out. And then I have this tray here that I just did. I decided to label them this time so that I wouldn't get confused on what they are. This one actually has some good stuff. I have Alocasia watsoniana. I have a variegated Frydek, variegated Polly. I have Alocasia Jacqueline, and there's sinuata. There is a fly in here. It came in through the front door when I was getting my Amazon package, and it's driving me crazy. He won't leave me alone. He's like flying all up in my business. Look at him. I also got some heating pads that I want to go ahead and get set up for the corms, and I'll show you that. And I think we'll get this alocasia video finished up. There are more alocasias that I have to take care of as far as like putting into pond, and I think my big Alocasia Michelitzianas and Frydeks, those I flushed really good when I was doing like my plant care over the weekend. I didn't disturb those though. The rest of them I was kind of like taking them out and plucking off corms, but I was kind of like getting really tired because I had done so much that weekend and I didn't want to disturb them. So probably a different day I'm gonna go digging for more Frydek corms. I probably have like 15 or 20 Michelitziana baby plants right now, so that's like a good amount. And then I have several Frydek left that are still growing, so I think I'll wait maybe probably next month, and then I'll go digging for Frydek corms. So let me go ahead and grab the Alocasia real quick and we'll finally get her upsized. So I used all of my 7-inch self-watering pots. I had bought a new set of 6 and I used them all. So I got a different kind They're on Amazon. They have the wick. I'm not really a fan of the wicks, but I liked the pot. And after taking them out, look at how deceiving this is. So I thought it was going to be this deep, and the inner pot is like only that tall. Do you see that? And it sits like right here. Like, I understand the wick has to go down here and everything, but still. I guess I just maybe didn't pay attention to the photos when I ordered it. I just saw this and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be perfect. So it's all that I have right now. And she's already so high up. This is my black velvet that has been in pon in this container forever. I think she was probably the second plant that I maybe did in pon, because my Michelizziana was the first one. She's grown a ton. Like, look at all of the leaves. I have like 4 corms maybe in here. You can kind of see her vine, how crazy it is. I don't know if you can see. So she desperately needs an upsize. So we're just gonna put her in here. She's gonna be a bit of a squished fit until I can get more of the other ones. But this, I think, was a set of 6 that I bought, so I do have plenty of these. I just don't know how I feel about the wicks. I got these in the smaller size too, which I pretty much used all of them for Hoyas that I was putting into pon, but I don't know, we'll make it work. She's probably dry as crap because I haven't watered her yet. We're gonna dump her out. Yeah, you can tell that she's been in here a while because all that sediment down in there, since she was one of the first ones, I wasn't rinsing my pon. Oh, we got some corms. We got some big corms. Do you see that? Look at the size of that sucker. Oh, nice. I don't think I've grown black velvet corms because I've had this black velvet for a very long time. She's been a really difficult alocasia for me and, you know, growing, and then she did well once I put her in pon, and then I kept neglecting her because I knew I wanted to upsize her and I kept putting it off. Oh, she's got some big corms. It's crazy how some alocasia can, look at the size of that, can grow like a ton of corms. Because out of the big batch that I did from all my alocasia, like my Maharani had like 20 corms, whereas maybe like another alocasia that I've had in pon for a while had like 6. So I think some just grow more than others, produce more corms. She doesn't have a lot, but the ones that she has are freaking huge. Her root system's a little dry. Whoops. Oh, here's another one. Another 2. Oh, maybe I can squish her in that pot since most of the pon is dry. It's like all falling out. I have a big container of pon that is used like this from all my alocasia that I did already. It's all lechuza that was like not rinsed. So what I'm gonna do is sanitize it and take it outside, and once I sterilize it, then I'll like restore it. Oh, this leaf is coming off too. Well, dang. Oh, that was a good leaf. I must have, see, look, I'm breaking them all. Melissa, what the heck? I guess I was snapping it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so what I'm going to do is put it in a container and put boiling water in it and let it soak in boiling water for maybe like 10 minutes. And then I'll rinse it outside. All right, let's get her planted. I have my DIY pond here. It's the new batch and the first batch that I did with the smaller pumice, so it has a small and big pumice. It's like mixed in. Trying to get this wick so that it's kind of like at least halfway up in there. And we're just gonna plop her down in here. All right, this will work. Do you hear the geese? I hear the geese. I haven't seen them in a while. They must be trying to get the bird feed. Some of these leaves have gotten big on her, like this one here is pretty big, like my hand, and this one here is pretty big. You guys know I got the pink variegated black velvet, so I'm excited to grow that one. It's doing well, because that one I moved to pond, I filmed it, was it a couple weeks ago? Okay, just like that, she is all done. I do want to take her to the sink and spray her leaves off because I haven't cleaned her. I don't really wipe plant leaves. They're really cute planters. I do like these one. It has a little window here that you can actually see the water level when you put some in here. But I don't know if I'm a fan of the wicks. I'll have to see how I like it. I do like the white on white because, you know, all my other ones have the black inner cash pot. So I actually do like that the inner is clear so you can actually see the root system, which is kind of nice on these. I just was a little deceived by the inner pot size. That's okay. All right, let's rinse her. She's a little bit floppy. I'd like to get these vines kind of more upright, but I don't have any more of those little clips, so I'm gonna have to get some more. Look at that leaf, that is beautiful. A little bit of fertilizer water left. We're gonna fill this back up. This isn't that dusty, so I'm dumping it down the drain. I just wanted to rinse it through one time. Okay. All right, look at the size of these, some of these corms. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 corms. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 10 corms. Is it focusing? There we go. But some of these are huge, like this one. Look how big that is. These are all like fairly huge. And these ones are all like, they have that shell. So I am peeling them. Sometimes if they're dry like this, you can squeeze the corm really hard. It doesn't always work, but you can squeeze it as to where it rips the shell off. But sometimes it's hard to grip. But it's easier than trying to like pick at them. I have a pair of tongs lately, what I've been doing, and like kind of peeling them that way so that I'm not actually digging with my fingers, you know, my fingernails. But definitely wear gloves. Some people are very sensitive to Alocasia corms because of the calcium oxalate crystals. I try to mention that every time I'm handling corms. It doesn't usually bother me, but lately I've just been wearing gloves handling them. And peeling them does help them like sprout faster, but you can see like peeled how clean it is versus not peeled. There you go. So peeled, not peeled. And that's the growth point will come out of here, and that's the bottom. So where it was attached to the root system, sometimes they have this long branch. You can just peel that off. And then the growth point is the top end, so the pointy end. And then the bottom. Sometimes the bottom is pointy too, but you can tell like that is where the leaf comes out. It's kind of more rounded up here, and then the leaf comes from here. So I peel them now like that, and then I'm gonna get them set up in the stratum tray. Let me see if I can squeeze this one, see if it'll work for this one. I got a little piece off. Yeah, it doesn't work every time. It's kind of fun though. But when you've done as many as I've done today, it's kind of like, okay, kind of ready for the next little project. Well, I kind of see it as like a little eyeball up top. You can kind of see, I don't know, it's like a little eyeball. So that's where the leaf comes out of. We have another tray. So I have 3 more trays to fit, and I think I have 8 in that room, and I'm gonna have to make space. I hope I have enough plugs. I haven't used a heating mat before, but I'm gonna go get it set up so I can hopefully get these corms to sprout quicker. The faster they sprout, the faster they can grow, and the more that I can have ready. So I'm excited for these ones. All right, these are the heating mats for seeds. It's by the brand Vivo Sun. These heating mats are, let's see, where did it go? 10 inches by 20.75 inches. I'm just curious to see what it looks like. I haven't opened this or anything yet. I got a couple of them here. I think the price on these, I don't think they were crazy expensive. I just don't know how, how it works. I think you just plug it in, yeah. Okay, so just a standard plug. And so you lay this out and you put your, your seedling trays on it. So my shelves, I'm probably gonna do 2 per shelf, and it'll just provide extra warmth for them. I feel like some of my alocasias take a bit to kind of get going, so I'm hoping this kind of helps jumpstart them. Ooh, if I spill this, this will not be a good day. We're gonna put these ones on here. And these ones will cover the entire surface area, so I feel like that's probably how you're supposed to do it, and not have them all squished, but I'll probably rearrange a different day. I have so many on that tray there. So 2 won't fit side by side because there's not enough space or they'll overlap, so I can only do 1 per shelf. So that'll work for now, and then I have this extra one that I'll probably set up because I'm sure I'll have more corms and stuff to do. So I'm very curious how those are going to sprout compared to some of these that I've done a while ago. Like, it's been over a month for some of these, and they're just now, like, a couple are popping their leaves, and I still have some that are just corms still, and it's taken some of them a while. You see, I look red. I've been scratching. I feel itchy after handling all the alocasia. Maybe it's just psychological. I normally mess with them with my bare hands, and I had gloves on this time, so I don't know. I just feel a little itchy. So yeah, I think that's it for the Alocasia Care Day. Sorry I had to split it into a couple of days. I put the black velvet right there on the floor for now. You can kind of see her, boop, right there, because I just don't have any room for her right now on any of the shelves. They are all filled to the top. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It felt so good to get all my alocasia. Well, I have more to do, but it felt good to get most of them taken care of. I upsized a lot of them. I dug for corms. I got them all flushed. So it's nice. It's nice knowing I can be okay with them for a little bit and I can just water them and they're good. And I have a ton more babies to grow. So thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I'll talk to you again soon.